Skydrive. So Skydrive is probably the most confusing part of the website, but really it's not hard once you get used to it. If you want to embed an Excel file like this, which I highly recommend you do as much as possible because it's easiest to save these files instead of having to go through the website, we need to use a program called Skydrive. It's set up by Microsoft. It's got a separate login, so we'll go to that here in a second. You need to, basically what I did is I just Google Skydrive. I should really save this link as a shortcut. But you can also try and memorize the login URL and go to it straight that way. So our password, HRC at Butler, our password is 7 directors with a period at the end. You'll see this on the passwords list. It's quite common throughout some of our different programs that we use. We're pretty much only going to be in that operations folder. So once you click that, you can see all the files that we have embedded on the website. If I wanted to edit any of these through Skydrive, I could. I do it a little differently. So I made a file on the drive with basically everything we use for the website. It's called website blog. And basically anything in here you'll see on the website. If we edit any of these files, it'll load in real time on the website. That's why Skydrive is so beneficial. Now if I needed to upload something new, I will click this upload button and I can basically upload any type of file that I want. So if I wanted to do a Word document right here, I could pick it, hit open, and we could go ahead and see it on here and then embed that file on the website. To embed, you're just going to right click on one of these. I think I show you in a second. So we'll right click one of these, click embed, and it'll give us the code. Now if you remember, I showed you before the difference between visual and text on the website. We're going to want to be in text once we have that code. So what I do is I copy that code, and then if I were to go edit any of these, I'll show you basically what our staff contact list looks like. Once we edit this page, which I'll find in a second here, when we edit this and we click on text, we can go ahead and paste that code in. And then we can edit it in a few different ways. Basically the only changes I'll make to the code ever is I change the height and width. So it'll give us like a default number for the height and width, and it looks kind of funny if you just leave it at that. I'd always change it to 100% every time. This way it'll look as close to the original Excel file as possible. And again, I don't really change anything else. There is an option to change how many columns you see, which I've done a few times. I don't really remember where that is. Eric would be able to show you if you have questions on that. So basically once we paste it in text and we update it, we can go ahead and then see the Excel file embedded on the page, which is pretty cool. So if I were to go back to this here, we can use those tabs like you might have seen me doing. We can click on different things. Basically, if we want to edit this Excel file now, we will pull it up in this folder. This is the most important part of this once we have it actually embedded. If I want to make changes to any of these, I basically have to save it twice. Once to the folder where it's located and then once to Skydrive. So I'm going to show you how to do that. If my computer will load ever. So now I'm looking at the actual Excel file. Let's look at Tanner. If Tanner gives me his availability here, and I want to go ahead and type in Tanner's availability to be a sub, I can do that. And now if I wanted to update on the website, this is what I have to do. I'll go up here. I always leave my cell on the very first page selected so that when you look at the website, it's going to go to wherever we last left our cursor. That's pretty important. So I saved it once. I don't know if you saw that. I actually just clicked File, Save, and now I need to save to the web. So you're going to click File, Save and Send, Save to Web, find our Operations folder, and then once this loads, this is always slow when you save to the web, by the way, but it's actually a lot quicker than going and editing the website each time you change something. You're fine. Once you're in the operations folder, just hit save, and you'll need to replace it every time, and this will update it on the website. So now if we go back to the website, which I'll do here in a second, it'll make our change in real time basically. So let me refresh for you. And we're going to click on the subs only tab. Now that we're here, we see that Tanner's availability has changed.